Hello, everybody. See who's here today. Hopefully, there'll be some people on today. There's a couple. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Crappie. Well, a few boats got out today. Point Loma had a boat go out. Seaforth had a boat go out. Davies had a boat go out. They only had 7 anglers. And Marina Del Rey had 25 anglers. So all sculpin, perch, a few bass. Nothing exciting, no exotics. And all the big sport boats are booking their charters now for tuna fishing. So look for that to be happening. Hey, Terry. Hey, Jeff. April. April. Hello, Henry, Eric, Ron, Lloyd, Matthew, Stephen. Stephen, what software do I use for YouTube Live? I just use YouTube channel. That's all I do. I just do the live streaming, the live feed that they offer. That's it. Eric, hey Dan, Palmas, do you? Can we surf fish? Yes, you can. There's rooster fish right there in front of the hotel. There's Sierra, and there's April. See a lot of Jack Crevalle caught in front of there, and I see Sierra, like I said, a few occasional roosters, needlefish, stuff like that. Let's see who else. Yeah, Matthew, these reels are for the auction tonight. So we're going to do the auction tonight. We'll try to do that on Thursdays. Have those 2 reels, and I have this tackle bag that was sent to me by Ugly Stick years ago. So I found it in the warehouse, so I thought I'd bring it out today. So we'll do that too. So we have 3 items for the swap meet raffle thing for tonight. Okay, I got 45 of you here, but only 15 likes. Let's get more likes, please. Tyler, what does Tyler say? Hey, Dan. Hi, Dan. We'll be going bass fishing in about a month. Any tackle tips? Are you going freshwater bass fishing, Tyler, or saltwater bass fishing? Because if you're going to go freshwater bass fishing, you probably want to go sooner than a month because the bass are getting on the spawn. Jeff, what kind of computer are you using to stream? All my computers that I work off are Macs, the large screen Macs, so I use that for editing. I'd like to get some newer Macs. These ones are good 6 years old or so, but they still work. So a bunch of boats are going out, Jeff, this weekend for bluefin. I know some of the boats are still in the boatyard. Ranger 85's in the boatyard. The Excalibur's in the boatyard. A couple of skippers I talked to today were telling me that their boats are in the boatyard. So Crappie Mike says that the crappie are biting. They're on fire. That sounds good. Joe, really enjoyed the video you uploaded, especially. Okay, cool. Yeah, I posted that up for the crew of the Excalibur. They wanted to see it. And it's like a special treat for you guys because it hasn't aired on TV yet. So I just thought I would put it up so you guys could appreciate it. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? So Kevin was kind enough to donate this reel. It was one of his cousin's reels, Larry, my best friend, who passed away a few years ago. So Larry used to fish this a lot with us on the show. And now we're going to use it for a fundraiser for the Youth Foundation. Okay, so Greg S. has a question for Jeff and I. Ryan, hey Dan, do you think about CalStar 640 80? I don't think I've fished that rod a lot, but if it's CalStar, you can't go wrong. They make great rods. Victor, the trip got canceled on Saturday. All the trips got canceled last weekend, and all the trips for this weekend got canceled too. So we'll be making up those trips probably like the second week or so of March. Crappie Mike, so your friend caught a big halibut next to Maya. Where's Maya? In TKG. Hello. Says hello to everybody. Greg S. Continuing. I have been tinkering with hollow core lately and loop splices, wind-ons. That's a Jeff question. Because I don't rig lines that heavy. Jeff can help you. I mean, I have used hollow lines, but I just tie knots on them. But Jeff is the guy on the big tunas. Matthew. Yeah, I would think most of the boats going out this weekend, unless some of them are going to target rockfish, you know, but I'm sure they'll say rockfish or not. But I would think most of them are going to be targeting tuna. Thomas, what is the best color for Lucky Craft Flash Minnows? It depends. I've seen people catch fish on all white ones. I've seen people catch fish on ones that look like sardines. I would probably use something more of a smelt color, something that you'd find in the surf. Okay, so Tyler says he'll be fishing freshwater bass in a pond in Mission Viejo. What pound test leader should you use? I would say probably 10 pound. You don't need anything super heavy. I mean, if there's monster bass there and you need 15 pound, but most of the time when I used to fish, we used to 8 and 10 pound a lot. Unless we went for the big ones, then we're using 15. What else is here? Okay, Andy's got a ticket. All right, so Kevin says he has a 6'4", 8'0" heavy CalStar, and he likes it a lot. So that's a good one. Andy. Okay. Andy's got a ticket. Tim's going to go on the Island Spirit. That should be a good trip. Oh, Mayan Hotel. Is that over by the Queen Mary? Yeah, Long Beach. Okay, yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, we're going to do an auction today. We're going to do this reel for rock cutting and tuna fishing, and this one for freshwater bass fishing. You can use it for saltwater bass. I mean, I used to fish in the breakwater a lot. And we have a tackle bag. We're going to do the tackle bag too. No, I was not just on a tuna trip. The video you saw today was from last summer on the Excalibur, Andy. Todd. Also, Todd says that a friend of his, Manny, caught bonita today at Belmont Pier. That's good to know. You guys were asking about bonita on Tuesday. Tony, you're allowed to use fighting belts. Most people don't use fighting belts anymore. A lot of people just lay the rods on the rail and lean on them. But it isn't like the old days where everybody used a tuna belt. Okay. Yeah, if I have to use hollow line, Andy, I use a double uni knot normally. But I don't fish hollow line that often. I didn't see that. Terry lost somebody. Okay. I have to catch up to all the conversations. Okay. Tyler, if you're still talking about bass fishing, don't use 2 and 4 pound. That's for trout fishing. You want to use at least 8 to 10 pound, 12 pound for largemouth bass. Okay. Thomas. Oh, Terry, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I could see using a rod belt. You know, if I was on bigger fish, most of the fish I get on to, they're under 100 pounds, so I don't use a rod belt. Ed, where can I get a 2-speed Avid reel refurbished cheap? What city are you in, Ed? That's what I probably asked first. You know, there's tackle stores all over the place. If you're anywhere close to Pasadena, I'd say go to Johnny's. You know, if you're in the valley, go see Sal. It just depends where you are. Yeah, and I agree with Lloyd, Tyler. If you're going to go freshwater bass fishing, you really don't need Spectra for freshwater bass. I mean, I know some guys fish it for everything, but you know, when Danny and those guys were catching the 20-pound bass at Castake years ago, they just fished straight mono. There was no fluorocarbon or nothing back then, and they didn't have any problem catching 20-pound fish. My Australiano friends are here. Thank you. Okay. What else is here? Fish killer. I'm wondering eventually if sport boats will require vaccines before. I don't think so. They got away with last year without anything. Um, I tell you what is going to be a challenge this year is it looks like the Coast Guard is making all the overnight boats have an extra crew member on board to stay up all night. Um, and it can't be somebody that's working the deck during the day. So they have to have a designated person to stay up and walk around the deck while everybody's asleep. So some of the captains were talking to me about that, how it's going to add to their costs. So that's happened. They're talking about Jeff's height. That's funny. Also, Ed's out in the high desert. Yeah, I don't know any tackle stores out that way. I wish I could help you. You're gonna have to Google it. Kenneth, when is a good time to go fishing for halibut? What boats? That's a good question. The boats that kind of target halibut, I don't know if they still do, were the boats out of Marina Del Rey because they used to drift them a lot. But you know, if you're on a boat at Catalina, you can go fish. You can target halibut just by keeping a line all the way on the bottom. We had a trip a couple years ago in San Clemente, and the lady and her husband, older couple, they were just happy to be on the water. They just stayed on the bow of the boat, and they just fished the bottom all day long, dragging sardines on the bottom. And she won jackpot with the 32-pound halibut. So you can just fish them all the time. April, April, April. I heard her walk in a couple of times. So Terry wants a link for the raffle. Okay, I'll do that. And then I don't know if I told you guys, but our Roku channel is back up and running. So you can watch us on Roku. You can watch us on Amazon. You can download our app. So here is that link for you, Terry. Okay. Okay, what else is here? I thought somebody said something about a friend I know. There's April. Just cruising. She follows the chum line really good. So Ed says a friend of mine has a RV repair shop at the end of his road in Morongo Valley. Huh? Who is it? Somebody I went to high school with? There's a couple of guys that used to work. What boat did they used to work on? The Eldorado? I think it was. And they live up there now. They live out in the valley. Okay. Andy, going to spool 3 of my rods with 50 yards of mono. If you're going to be fishing for tuna, Andy, I would put more closer to 100 yards. 50 yards isn't quite long enough. And if you're going to fish for yellowtail and white sea bass, I would do that too. Yeah, Kevin, he's not in Palmdale area. He's out by Palm Springs, out that way. If I know exactly what he's talking about. Tim. Okay. Okay, so Jeff, you have to do that too. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I heard about that's one of the regulation changes. Is it Armin or Arn? The biggest regulations is to the rock fishing. Really, you can use you can go down to 600 feet, 100 fathoms, and the other thing is once you have a rockfish on board, you can't fish with 2 rods. You can only use 1 rod. You can only use 2 hooks. So for most people, that's not a thing. But let's say you go fishing, you go take your boat out of Long Beach, LA, you go outside, you go catch some sculpin, put the sculpin in the boat. Then you decide, let's go farther and go catch some rockfish. And let's go 300 feet, 600 feet, whatever you want to do. you go catch a rockfish. The second you have a rockfish on your boat, I guess sculpin would count as a, no, sculpin doesn't count as rockfish. The moment you have a rockfish on the boat, you catch vermilion, salmon group, or something like that. The second you have that on the boat, everyone on the boat is limited to one rod per person and no more than two hooks. Doesn't sound like a big thing, except people will go from rock fishing, come back toward the oil rigs, and say, okay, we only caught a few rockfish. We need some fish to take home. Let's go catch sand dabs. They'll put on 10 hooks to go catch sand dabs. And you can no longer do that. You can only use two hooks. So once you have a rockfish in your boat, you can't do that. You can't even use a sabiki rig. Like if you have a couple of rockfish on your boat and you come up to a kelp patty in the middle of the channel out there and you see mackerel on it and you go, oh, let's catch some mackerel. We can use them for bait for lingcod, or if we get lucky, see yellowtail. You can't do that because now you're going to have more than two hooks on. I guess you could do it if you cut all the other hooks off, but you can only use two hooks. Okay. So I hope that helps. Hugo, hey Dan, how often do you recommend changing out braided line? I probably clean my braided line every couple years, take it off the reels, wash it really good, dry it, and then put it back on. I don't do anything else to it. Yeah, Tim's right. Vermilion is fax 5 max now. You can only catch 5. And then Terry, if you or anyone else is going to order raffle tickets, please make sure you include your shipping address so your transaction will go through. Okay. And if you guys don't know what that $25 raffle ticket is, it's for a chance to come fish with me on my boat. You win a chance for 4 people to come fishing. One of you guys that's on here, a really nice guy from up in Central Cal, donated a trip, and it's a fundraiser for the Youth Foundation. So we're trying to raise a few $1,000s with it, and we'll do that. Okay, Todd, I will do that. Joe, why is that? What is the reason to have someone up at night on your boat? So people don't die, is basically it. That was basic problem that happened in Santa Barbara on the dive boat, where the 30-some people passed away because there was nobody awake in the salon or on the deck of the boat, and the crew didn't find out about the fire until it reached them upstairs, and everybody was already dead down below. So that's always kind of been the rule. I'm pretty sure that's always been the rule, that you have to have a crew member up. They didn't have a crew member up, and now they've made it mandatory that you can't use a regular crew member that would work the deck, like, or even the cook. You can't have the cook stay up all night and watch the boat and make sure everybody's okay, and then have them work at night, have them work the next day. So you can't do that anymore. So that's what's one of the things that's changed that. One of the other rules that's changed is everything down below in the bunk room has to be fireproof. The blankets, the pillows, the pads, all that have to be fireproof. And so a lot of boats spend a lot of money making new pads for the bunk rooms. So that's part of that too. Okay. Spoon, I can't decide if I want to watch your latest fishing upload or live stream. I would suggest you watch this right now, because if you watch this right now, you don't have any commercial interruption. And if you watch an old live stream, I hear that they run a lot of commercials in it. So hopefully that helps. Okay, what else? Hey Oz, hello. Henry, Diamond Valley Lake, have you fished there? An 8 pound trout? That's huge. Henry, I've fished there a few times in the past. Greg Silks, I don't know if he's on here today. He guides that lake. And I've filmed a show with him years ago, but I haven't been there in a while. Okay, what else is here? Lloyd, would that small reel be suitable for saltwater? Yes. I use this reels like this I used to use all the time for fishing the breakwater. Work out fine. I would just put 15-pound tests on there and throw crankbaits. This would be like my go-to bait. I'm gonna drop that one. These are what I like to use a lot on the breakwater. Thin profile baits, the long bill. Won a couple of bass tournaments, calico bass tournaments with these. You got rattles in them. The Rattling Row is a brand. Works out really good. And that's what I used to use all the time. I had my skeeter boat and a reel like this. Probably this exact reel too. Worked out good. Um, should I use, NT's asking, should I use 100-pound braid or 137-pound braid for giant trevally? I've caught most of mine on like 50-pound tests. 80-pound Spectra, 50-pound test mono on top. But it depends where you're fishing. Yeah, Matthew, that's what happens when people start dying on boats. They start making a lot more rules, and so it's getting a lot harder. Let me see. Yeah, Jeff, I see a bunch of the six-pack boat guys only run with one captain. I don't know how they do that. They say that they get to the island and then they go to sleep and then they start in the morning, but that can't be legal. But whatever. Kyle, anyone hear of albacore in San Diego? I haven't heard of any albacore anywhere. Yeah, Matthew, that might be coming next. The fire suppression system for the bunk room, the salon. I could see that happening. Okay, Joe, I'm glad that helped. You guys are talking about a gaff shop you saw in the video. Oh, my gaff shot. I wasn't planning to do that. I don't know if you guys saw the whole clip, what happened, but the deckhand was helping two guys out, and then the tuna came up the last minute. So the deckhand swung and gaffed it, and the gaff barely got the tail. And it wasn't even, I don't even think the hook was in the fish. It's just the tail of the fish, the fork of it was wrapped around the gaff. So he didn't get the gaff in there, and he was yelling for crew members, and the crew members were all stuck in the back. So I just grabbed a gaff, and I got lucky and got it in the head. And then as we started to bring it up, the other gaff came off. So I brought the fish straight up. So I was lucky. Joe, thank you very much. Yeah, it's not too often you see me gaff fish on boats, but when we're filming, I do it on my trips, but not too much for that. Yeah, that tuna with the pros video is a really old video, but I'm glad you guys still like it. That thing's over 20 years old, but still lots of good information. A lot of older skippers, guys that were talking on there that were deckhands and stuff, now on boats, and some of those guys are passed away. So that's all different. Hello, Mike. Kevin Luce. Which should we be targeting right now? Calico bass, sand bass, and halibut. We're sculpin right now. Come the first, though, you can go rock fishing. So you're only a few days away. Rock fishing, you can do that. Tony's asking about magnet fishing. I've been seeing those videos where guys go magnet fishing. I've never tried it. I like the things I catch to try to swim away from me, but I could see that could be fun if you find some neat things. Yeah, I think, Jeff, don't all the sport boats have fire suppression in the engine room? But I don't think they have it in the bunk room. But I don't know. Todd wants to know where April is. April's right here. She's waiting for food. She waits right there at the door. There she is. Until she sees the chum line, then she doesn't make a move. So let's see how close she gets. Lloyd, that's a big one. Thank you. It's a super chat, Lloyd, $35. Whoa. Life must be good in Vegas. Thank you, Lloyd. Eric, any tips for the grunion run? I haven't fished for grunion, God, since I was in college, probably. I don't know, maybe after that one time. But yeah, just you can't use the nets or nothing. You have to do it all by hand. And when the grunion are running, that's a great time to go fish for halibut, so you can catch them. Oh yeah, last night was Terry's king crab feast night and salmon. Daniel, okay, thanks. Would 30-pound braid be strong enough for rockfish? If you're shallow water rock fishing, that would be okay, but I would think you're going to want at least 50-pound spectra for rock fishing. And if you're going to go 600 feet, you're going to probably want 65-pound or 80-pound, probably 65-pound. But if you're fishing locally, Long Beach, San Pedro, I think it would be fine to go with 50-pound. Okay. Yeah, Fish Killer Rollo. He's a great guy. He was a great guy. It was sad what happened to him. Let's see. So, DJ, BTB. When you're fishing for the giant Travoltas, GTs, where are you fishing? Oh, you're at Christmas Island. Do you live out there? You live in Hawaii? Where do you live? Is it okay to ask? Okay. Okay, Aaron says Kachuma's biting really good for bass right now. I think all the lakes are going to be biting here pretty soon. Victor, hey Dan, any fillet knife companies ever wanted to work with you? For years, I had buck knives when they were in San Diego, and then once they moved to Idaho, I think that's when they went public, and then I haven't worked with them for a while. I worked with Kershaw Knives for a few years, and then they changed their marketing team and got sold. So that'll work out good. What are my favorite knives for filleting fish? I use several different brands, Kershaw's and some other brands that work out good. And I'm glad you like my galley segment. Thank you, Victor. Let me get you a ticket. It's almost 8 o'clock already, so I guess we're going to do the swap meet pretty soon. Okay. Victor. Thank you. So I got a message about some other super chats. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So Jeff is going to buy a ticket for Colby and one for Lewis. So Colby, where are you? Let me find you on here. There's Colby. And Lewis. Where are you, Lewis? Can I give some tips on catching sand bass? I'm using bucktails and whole squid. Built off the bottom, no bites. What colors are you using? Because sand bass and calico bass, they really like the greens and the green and yellows. Seems to work really good on the bucktails. Um, if there's lots of squid in the water, then I either go with the red and white or the blue and white, and those work out good. You don't want to necessarily let them lay on the bottom. You want to move them around a little bit and let them swim a little bit. Okay. Okay, and Jeff got the other one for Lewis. All right, thank you. And Oz, you don't always need a whole squid. Sometimes strips of squid will work out better. Kobe, what's your favorite food? It's more like a mood thing, you know. If my mom's cooking, I'll take enchiladas and chili rellenos all day long. If I'm at a restaurant, I like to have a steak. Um, you know, good seafood place, I'll get the seafood. Just depends. I'm not really picky about what kind of food I have. I like different things. Lewis Rosas. Roses. Okay, Lewis, that's courtesy of Jeff. So Todd's been fishing Ralph's markets lately. Ralph's and Bonds, Bumblebee and Starkiss. Okay, Tracy's getting a ticket. Thank you very much. What's this other one? Pan something. Panatic. Thank you very much. Ron B, thank you very much. Yeah, Oz, the other thing I would say too is try to use a lighter bucktail if you can. You don't need to use a 6 ounce or 4 ounce. If you can get by with the 1 ounce, use a 1 ounce. You want it to, you know, flutter down. You don't want it to dive straight down. So Jeff, was it Saltzman, is talking. His first big date was going on a Grunion fishing trip with Delmore. That's cool. When I was in college, I got in in trouble, but um, the park rangers at Boca Chica came and tracked me down because my girlfriend at the time was sleeping next to a fireplace. Well, it was fire, I don't know what you call them, fire pits. We had a fire going, so she fell asleep. So I got up and walked down to the water and was watching the guys catch grunion. And I guess I stayed too long because Harbor Patrol was looking for me. They, she was afraid that something happened to me and I was dead floating or something. I don't know. But yeah, they came over and I guess she told them what I was wearing, and they're like, "Are you Dan?" I go, "Yeah." You got to go back to your fire pot spot thing. Your girlfriend's over there. That was a long time ago. That was in college. That was a long, long time ago. Well, I see somebody doesn't want to play with us anymore. So that guy is gone. What else is here? What about Whole Foods? I guess you could hit all the supermarkets. Yeah, don't use a glow in the dark during daylight. I mean, I use a glow in the dark when I'm rock fishing, over 100 feet. But if I'm strictly fishing for sand bass, calico bass, I like the green and yellow and even the all green. Like that works out good. And don't use a monster one. You don't need a really big, heavy one. You want it to take its time to get down there. Oh, Lloyd, did you want that? Do the reel for $35? Because the way we do the reels is we're going to do it right now. It's 8 o'clock. We do. Oh, that's cool. Jeff, you're getting a ticket. Okay, Jeff. Thank you. Warren, it's been really slow all year for lobsters in Long Beach. I haven't had a good night there all year. And I stopped going over a month ago. Kevin, was it loose? How long have you been broadcasting and is it still fun? Last month was beginning of year 35. I had dark hair at one time. The fishing part is fun. I like it. The the part that's a challenge is finding sponsors. And that's a never ending challenge and I'm in the middle of that right now. Oz, thank you very much. Matt Kennedy. Thank you. Okay, and it looks like Warren bought a ticket for Matt. Matt just joined in. He's getting a free ticket. That's cool. Okay, Matt. Mance. And that was bought by Warren. All right. Okay, guys. So let's do the raffle prizes. All right. So this is a Daiwa reel. It's a Sea Line 600 big reel, perfect for rock fishing. We're going down to 600 feet. So why don't we start it at $60? Yeah, let's see where it goes. $60. And then the bass reel. So we started at $40 and see where it goes. Yeah, this reel is definitely over $100. Lloyd says it's worth 200. So, anybody interested, or should we hold them off for next week? So Vaughn's interested at 65 for the. They're both Daiwas. So they're both Daiwas. So let me know if it's the bass reel you guys are interested at 65, or if it's the rock cod reel. They're both Daiwas. This one's a team Daiwa. Okay, so Joe's at 70 for the big reel. Lloyd. Terry's at $70 for the big reel. Okay, so Nate's at 75 for the big reel. So Lloyd has a bid in at $35 for the little reel. $76. Okay, Nate's at 80. So 1911 Nate. $80. Okay, $85 now for the reel. Terry's at $100. Okay, Nate's at 105. Just feels like he's walking Storage Wars. Yeah, my office is in Cerritos. And remember, guys, it's going to cost me like $15 to mail this to you. So if you could pick it up, that'd be awesome. But if not, we can mail it to you. Okay, $110 for Nate. Terry. Terry, I don't know if you can really use a reel this big. You gonna be rock fishing? Okay, Nate's at 125 at 110 and he'll pick it up. Okay, so Nate's 130. All right, thank you, Nate. All right, so 130. Thank you, Nate. Do a super chat for that, or you can bring a check to the office, whatever works for you, and we'll get you that. Hey, Robert, long time no see. And then What's the offer for this reel? And Matt's got a ticket. Thank you, Matt. And Matt, you got a free ticket too. Warren bought you a ticket. Okay, so the little reel stopped at what, $30? I think I said $40 was a start. Yeah, I think 35 was the biggest offer we had so far on the reel. All right. Anybody want more than $35 for the reel? And then here's the bag. Brand new bag. And it's Shakespeare Bag. It's got the boxes inside it too. It's a nice bag. I've used this for years. It's got all the brand new boxes in there too. All right, so let's start this at 25. Okay, so Joe's at $40 and Jean's at $40 for this reel. And Terry, what's your $50 for the bag or for the reel? Okay, Joe's $30 for the bag. Lloyd is $45. Terry's at $50. All right, so Terry's $50 for the reel, and Joe's at $30 for the bag. Okay, can we close this one out? So okay, Jean's $50 for the 55 for the reel. Okay, so the reel sold to Jean for 55, and Jean just send in a super chat for the $55, and we'll send you the reel. And we're just to the bag. So Andy's at $35 for the bag. Anyone else for the bag? Andy is 35 for the bag. Yeah, Derek. I feel like it's a. Yeah, Jing got the reel for $55 for that. I'm just trying to see who wants the bag. Terry's at $40 for the bag. Joe's at $37 for the bag. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know John Contrell. He was a fishing guide out of Big Bear. We did a couple of TV shows with him in the past, and I just got the news this week that he passed away. I don't know if it was COVID or what it was, but he was really big in the community in Big Bear. He actually chartered my boat a couple of times and brought his captains down, and we took them fishing. So I was sad to hear that he passed away. Aaron, I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Storage Wars. Okay. Yeah, he was a great guy. He had a great business up there doing the trout trips. Most of it was trolling, but everybody seemed to like it. All right, so Andy's at the bag at 45. Terry's at 50. All right. Well, will you guys decide that? Let's pick the winner for this stuff. Okay, so here's our tickets. And the winner for today's drawing is this guy. I think it's his first time winning. Congratulations. Sean, I think you're talking about for rock fishing. I'm pretty sure that's going to be past the 1,000-meter mark. I mean, the 1,000-foot mark. DJ, yeah, I'm looking at all the lakes up there. I'm not sure if it's going to be Convict or Crawley or what lake it's going to be. Gene, what's the specs in the reel? This is a Team Daiwa 5.1 gear ratio. It's their TD 2PI. 2PI. Okay. See if we can see that in there. It's a great reel. I've used these a lot. No problem. April, come say goodbye. April. April. Come say goodbye. Here she comes. Okay, guys, and if I don't have your email, your mailing address, and all that, please send it to me. Here's my email address. April is not for sale. Kevin, how's my dad doing? He's doing good. Just talked to him today a little while ago. I'm surprised he didn't call during the live chat. Hopefully he's watching today. So, since rock fishing is next week, here is here is a link to our magic metal jigs. Oh, the bag. We haven't done the bag yet. Right now, the bag is Terry at $50. Last chance. Hey, Jeff, I'd like to meet Ivy from Storage Wars. He always talks about going fishing. Maybe he'd like to come on and do a show with me sometime. I wish they would do that show again. Okay, I guess Terry got the bag for $50. Thank you, Terry. Terry got the bag. Jean got the small reel. And 1911 Nat got the large reel. Oh, he's got racing pigeons too. I didn't know that. Randy. They have a store in Long Beach. I've never been there. Should go check it out. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If any of you are looking for the $25 raffle tickets that we're doing for a fundraiser, yeah, Nate, you can do that. You can do that, or you could bring a check in at the office when you pick it up next week. Any of that will work out fine. Don't worry about it. And let me put the link for bucktails since we talked about bucktails today. Yeah, he always talks about fishing on that show. I'd like to take him fishing. Yeah, you could bring cash into the office. That's fine if you want to do that. Hey, Sinful, thanks for joining us. Yeah, Jared and his wife seem like they'd be fun to hang out with, have a beer with, but I've never met them. I just know Daryl because he used to run the tackle store down in Vista. That's why I knew him for years. And And if any of you are looking to do private charters, here's a link to my website. We're going to start doing a lot of private charters going on here. No, I didn't see Fatty on here today too, Joe. She did post a few times today on Instagram. I saw on Instagram she posted some pictures. Terry will pick up. That's fine. You could do that. So Kevin, they broke up, huh? I didn't know that. I know the two of them broke up. Gigi, no, nobody will be there tomorrow. It'll have to be next week. Okay. Yeah, Jeff, please tell them. Yeah, guys, if you can hit the like button on your way out, I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Mystery bag? We didn't do a mystery bag today. Daryl lost weight. Oh, that's good. All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you very much. April and I say good night and thank you again. Really appreciate it. And thanks for the donations to Youth Foundation.